Chapter 1. Creating your first action and adjusting your levels. Firstly, let's have a look at levels in Photoshop, as adjusting them can be problematic. This is our start image here, and to work in a non-destructive manner, we're going to come down and create a new adjustment layer and click levels. This will allow us to come back into our image and tweak it as required, and also save the layers so we can come in and make any adjustments should we decide to make our image black and white or do any creative processing. Let's look at the levels defaults and see why they can be a bit hit and miss. Then we'll look at how we can change these defaults and make it so it can be added to an automated workflow. This is so when we apply an auto levels, the image becomes brighter without changing colour. Now this image needs a little bit of work because we've got a gap between the white point slider and the start of the image detail. Normally, to adjust one image, we just come in and pick up the white slider and move it to the start of the detail to brighten the image. The way this works is we're affecting all three channels, red, green and blue, simultaneously, so we're brightening the image without adjusting the colour. Now this is what we'd like to happen with auto. Unfortunately, what happens is this. While it's a fair alteration, it has actually adjusted the colour, and this is much lighter than it was previously. If I hold down Alt and reset, that's back to normal. When we hit auto, what it's doing is assessing each channel individually and moving the white point slider. So if I come into the red and then into the green and then into the blue, this is what Photoshop is doing. Now, this does give us a fair alteration, but it does alter the colour, so we don't really want this to happen in a fully automated levels adjustment. So what we can do to rectify this, we click Options, and these are the Photoshop defaults. To auto level every image, we want to change this. We want to come into the algorithms and hit Enhance Monochromatic Contrast. Because any adjustment is based on all three channels simultaneously, no colour change will now occur. We also have a problem with these defaults of clipping. Now, this is where the white point slider and the black point slider are moved in further than we'd like, actually losing detail in our image. So if we reset all of these to 0 and save these as defaults, every time now we click auto levels, it will apply these new settings and we will get brighter images without any colour adjustment. So let's OK that and OK there. And if I switch this levels on and off, you can see that we've brightened our image without adjusting the colour, which is perfect. That's what we want. I'm happy with that, and I'm happy to apply that to 200, 300, 400 images without me sitting and looking and checking that everything's working okay. So that's good. To automate this levels adjustment then, let's just get rid of this one for now and start again. We want to create what's called an action. To do that, we will need the actions palette. Now mine is here. But if yours isn't there, you come to Window and down to Actions. To create a new action, first we need a folder to put it in. So we create a new set. Let's call it Levels. And in this new set, we create an action. Let's call it Levels Adjust. And we'll click Record. Now Photoshop is recording everything that we do. So on our image now, we're going to go through the same process. New adjustment layer for non-destructive adjustment of levels there. Now because we've saved our defaults in here, we're enhancing monochromatic and we've got no clipping. We can just hit Auto and OK. And it's made our adjustment for us. We can now save this image and I'm saving it in a folder on the desktop called Levels Adjusted. I'm saving it as a PSD to maintain these layers should I want to come back and change anything. Just click Save, OK there. And all of our items that we've chosen in Photoshop appear in this list of actions. So they're all there, our image is adjusted and saved, and we can hit stop. And that's all there is to it. That's your first action any number of images can now be run through and have their levels adjusted in this non-destructive way and be saved as PSDs in your new folder. So come back for chapter 2 and we'll have a look at some more wedding effects, softening, sharpening and adding a vignette. Okay.